Putting my tablet here. Right. Alright, so where were we? Oh yeah, I just finished remeshing everything. So I gotta do the final detail work. So how I'm going to go about doing that. I sort of want to put I sort of want to do some noise, add some noise to some things. These claws aren't zero meshed yet. Let's go do that. So jump tree, zero mesh. Well, actually, no. We have to duplicate this like before. Make it right side up. So let's duplicate this so we have something to project from. And this is all zero mesh stuff, isn't it? And where's the other start? There it is. Okay, so that's the Dynamesh stuff. I should probably move these both up and then hide. Copy. Yeah, and then hide everything else. To hide those, these eyelids are... That's fine. We'll deal with the eyelids later. So let's zero mesh that. Five. And all. Yes. Right click. Probably should have clicked on always yes, but whatever. Let's gonna move that down to the poly, whatever it's called, Dynamesh category. We'll move this down to. By the way, you can hold down Shift. You can do Shift to move to first and Shift to last, like the instructions say there. Pretty handy. Yeah, let's go move this one back up to here. And these are rest. Wait, it's the Dynameshed or the... Yeah, this is the zero meshed. Good, that's what I want. Why? Oh, that one's still... That's why, okay. I'm a bit confused here. There's too many legs. Duplicate. Zero mesh that. Not half. 35. You always want to keep a consistent polygonal density. And show that. Check the details. Always yes, please. I want to keep clicking that. We'll go down, and well, maybe I shouldn't do shift. It's probably less meshes going down than going up. And this here, move that up, duplicate, remesh. Select all. Let's just move it down manually instead of shift clicking. This goes down here, Dynamesh. I'm saving the Dynamesh meshes. Normally you and just delete them. At least I do. But I'm saving them here just in case I want to make any massive changes. And plus, it's always good to have backups. What now? This one? I think. Yeah, let's go move this one up. And then one, head up, duplicate. Same thing. Select all. Oh wait, this one isn't visible. Dynamesh. There. Did I accidentally change something here? No, it was always 0.02. Alright. This is the zero meshed. Let's move it down manually because it's faster. That's that for the... Man, I really gotta learn some more anatomy to actually figure out what they're all called. And it's got column legs. Should be good enough for now. Now, let's see, remesh this. Well, actually, Okay, yeah, let's go zero mesh it. 5. Polish. How come that's like higher poly than this? Very strange. Anyway, everything is zero mesh now. We'll deal with the eyes later, and the mouth is kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna all these like patchy material bits. I'm gonna change the material to and it's gonna fill material. Okay. Detailing time, finally. I think, right? Unless these are, oh, wait. Okay, these are also zero mesh, good. I thought those were gonna be Dynameshed. Standard. Let's go use some noise. We're just gonna throw in a bunch of kind of random noise, but not really random noise. And then from there, we're going to use the random details to create finer details. I like doing this because if I go in with like a Damien standard brush and I just draw in fine details, I can get really carried away and eventually I'll kind of like lose sight of the overall project. And I'll just like focus on one area and then, well, one area is just going to have like insane detail and the rest of the model is not going to have any detail at all. So this sort of helps me get a gauge on how much detail I should add to the entire mesh, as opposed to just accidentally focusing on one area. And yeah. So what I use is I just use this ZBrush Alpha. It's just like this preset that comes with ZBrush, and I pair it up with standard. I turn off. I make sure RGB is off, as well as material. I don't want any material data. I guess alpha is fine. I don't know. I don't really use alpha. At least I haven't used alpha before. So it might be a good idea to use it. Oh wait, I just realized brush alpha is alpha, so you do need to have alpha on. Wow, I'm stupid. Okay, so Z add is on, and I kind of like a large brush size for this alpha, and then I kind of want like a low Z intensity. I usually use like 7 or something, and that should be pretty good. So let's go test that. So I also want to try to see lazy mouse. And yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I might have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to divide this, subdivide. Now when I subdivide, you'll see the reason why I did Z-remesher. The topology is so much better than the Dynamesh pieces. Like this one down here. So this would be like Dynamesh. It's just really random. It's good for large changes and just like blocking things out, but it's not good for when you want high poly details, because this is kind of unoptimized for high poly details. That's in my experience. Maybe I could be wrong. Let's go start with the front legs, and then we'll move our way all the way down with the rest of the legs. Jeez, too many legs. Next Monster Ice Sculpt is not going to have as many legs. Maybe we should turn the Z intensity even more. Then let's go turn off poly paint so I can actually see what I'm doing. Where is colorized or poly paint? There it is. Some detail. So I kind of want this random noise to be near the fleshy areas, because this alpha kind of creates this really nice tough leathery look that I really like. So I'm just going to throw some of that in. Kind of random. Maybe there's the intensity. There we go. Let's go do solo. So actually just rotate it without having the rest of the mesh interfere. We'll have at it. Let's not do that. Let's not touch the carapace sections with this brush. I don't think it's a very good fit for that. I mean, I could do that on the carapace sections and then smooth it over, but that's just a lot of work. It's me, you see. Hey, welcome. We're adding the fine details to the crab monster from before. And you go all around it. And symmetry mode on now. Okay. Scared me for a second there. I did have symmetry mode. It's kind of more important to have symmetry mode on once you get into the later stages of modeling, because the farther you go with symmetry off, just gets a bit more annoying to correct. Like, it's fine to accidentally have symmetry off during the blocking out stages, but once you get to like the final stage here, you have to delete subdivision levels or freeze and reconstruct, which is just a few extra steps that you have to take, but I mean, it's a few extra steps you don't have to take, so might as well save time on that, right? You can see this is already coming together pretty quickly. Alpha brushes are a godsend in ZBrush, and it's one of the reasons why it's top tier modeling program. Let's move this one out. You can still see the low poly details here. I don't want that. Okay. So all the fleshy areas done. I want to refine this area a bit more. His limbs, like claws, are kind of like the equivalent of hands, and the most expressive body parts on any creature is usually the hands and the head for humans, and I don't know, maybe fish don't. Would fish have expressive fins? I guess it would depend on whether or not you have a cartoon fish. Like in Finding Nemo, they had expressive fins. I don't know. Solinar says, you should totally make some Zeebs. Metroid, Subterranean Hoppers. Zeebs? I haven't played Metroid, but I'll look it up. What do Zeebs look like? They're like some sort of grasshopper thing, or they hop? No. What the heck? There's like no image of them. Spelled it right, yeah? Zebes. I'm just seeing like planet images. Oh, they're those jellyfish looking things. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've seen this before. Exanima could use some Zeebs. I guess Exanima already has the tentacle skeletons. I guess that sort of counts, right? Ah, I love this part. You can just go ham on the details. Let's make the brush even bigger because I don't want like super fine details. I kind of want to have larger details and then go finer as I progress. Just want to rough things up a bit, make things less blobby looking, and then once I have these rough shapes, I can really go in and refine hard surface details and the spikes and everything like that. It's kind of like how in materials you go from, I guess it's kind of a terrible comparison, but you go like, you first do the base color or diffuse, and then you go your specular highlights. It's kind of like how you 3D model as well. So right now I'm kind of, like I said, this is a terrible comparison, but I'm kind of like coloring in the diffuse right now. And then you can go in with a sharper standard brush and just sharpen up the spikes, make the carapace more shiny and smooth. And that would be kind of like the specular. Yeah, one of the reasons why like this phase of modeling is that the results are pretty much instant and quite gratifying once you use alpha brushes like this. It really takes it from kind of like a blobby concept to something quite realistic. I use this on Exanima monsters quite a bit. Autosave reminds me to manually save, so let's go do that. Sandflea 8. Although this creature isn't really a Sandflea anymore. Should probably have a better file name for this guy. This claw, I kind of want to use some clay buildup because this claw is a bit wonky here. Let's use clay buildup I made earlier. To do that. Bit wonky meaning like there's like a cavity here where there shouldn't be. And there's more areas like that all along this mesh that I'll eventually pick out and fill and get to. Like here's one as well. Just gotta fill out this area so it's more structurally sound. And do a quick pass, see if there's any other areas like that. Not really, at least not that I can see just yet. Let's this area is a bit weird. Let's move. Should I use inflate? Let's try using inflate to fix that area. Just like smooth. Let's try using smooth first. Yeah, smooth is fine. And maybe let's go move it in a bit so it's not like a line or a webbing. Okay, let's go back to standard. Oops. Yeah, that's standard. And let's go drag that in a bit. It's kind of catching on both sides. Maybe I should try on topological, just so it doesn't doesn't totally mess it up. Yeah, I'm just gonna do masking. Go use mask curve instead. Undo that. Alright. Go mask this part. Smooth mask, and now we can just sculpt without any worries that will affect the other side there. Much better. Alright, now we can inverse that mask. Invert just by control click on a blank spot anywhere. And polish up the other side. Alright, okay, so there's another problem spot here. This might throw up some normal map errors when you get to the baking portion of the model, so I'm gonna smooth that out and just look for more areas like that. But here's one where the projection, when we went to project the details from the Dynamesh mesh onto the Z-remeshed mesh, sometimes they'll project some details, unwanted details, over to the better mesh that you don't want. You can sort of control that by using like the sliders here, I think, but I haven't really played around with them. I mean, I should, but like the default already gives pretty good results, honestly. So yeah, I do play around with them if I have like a particularly difficult zero mesh task. Hmm. Okay, let's go back to standard. And let's go finish up the detail here. A really big brush for this alpha because it's quite a busy alpha. Very noisy alpha. Let's go reduce the Z intensity. Well, but it's a very versatile alpha, so you can just play around with the settings a bit. You can get all sorts of things with it. Alright, I'm gonna shut up and just finish this leg and get on to the next one. Oh. I'm gonna try to add a few striations here, like you'll see on real crabs. They have these very interesting flutes, which give a lot of strength to the structural strength, the claws. Oops. And I'll probably go back and smooth out some of these lines so they're a bit more even. But I don't want to do the flip curve and slice curve that I normally do on plate armor because this is an organic plating. So I'm just using the same brush, except I flipped it over onto the pen side. It's instead of the erase side of my pen, tablet pen. So that's why you're seeing seeing the effects here. it's a bit of contamination from because I didn't have backface masking, and you'll see here that there's like some lines here that I kind of don't want. I should have tried backface masking for that, but I didn't. So I'm gonna have to smooth that out manually, which is annoying. But gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah. Do more of these creations. Yeah, they're actually pretty good. I don't know if I actually have to do too much work to smooth these out later. Because as is, they're already pretty smooth. But I'll probably go back and use the move brush and tinker around. No, I definitely need to use some standard brush without the alpha for this as well. I'm just throwing some noise in here. Moment. Okay, I think I'll start using standard brush now. It's getting a bit too noisy, so I want to just do standard brush without the alpha and just clean it up a bit. The noise helps, but if you just rely on alphas all the time, it's going to look kind of cheap and not that great. Let's go bump up the Z intensity a bit. How come? That's weird. It's like falling off. Do I have mask on? Yeah, that's weird. Whoa, what the heck? That is really weird. How come it's only like... oh, topological is on, I think. Is that the reason why? Yeah, that one. There we go. Okay. So topological, maybe script standard brush. Give unwanted results. Let's knock this down all the way to 10. Alligator to the greenest says, this guy must be frightening to face for sure when he gets at it. I wonder what he'll do in combat. This isn't for Exanima, but it's mostly just a personal project. I can like, I'm thinking about retopologizing it and animating it, so who knows. But yeah, it would be pretty scary to fight this guy in one-on-one combat. Would you rather have a 100 duck-sized crab monsters or a horse-sized crab monster? That's a question you gotta ask yourself. For here, I kind of want to add the fluting that you see. Actually, wait, I don't know. Should I? including here? Yes, maybe a few. So what I was thinking about is, whoops, let's move the standard. Standard, flip there, and like so. It's like a fly buzzing around. It's like landing on me with its creepy fly legs. Ah! Disgusting. Not like a big fly, just one of those annoying fruit flies. Okay. Let's go sharpen up the spikes now. I think it's about time to do that. Really refine these shapes now. I might even go back with trim dynamic and really draw out these spikes here. I can just use standard. I guess standard is fine. I don't know if I need to use trim dynamic. The problem I find with trim dynamic is after you use it, everything looks like kind of like orc architecture from World of Warcraft. You get all that chiseled, chunky look after using trim dynamic. Hold on, I'm gonna go change my my fan speed because it sounds quite loud. I don't know if that's being picked up by OBS. Like the waterfall effect. Alright, that should be a bit better. Drinking some tea while sculpting. Some pro moves there. Yeah, I like to make jetpack noises when I make these long lines. I'm like the Mandalorian. Okay, I'll stop doing that. there's a boot here. Let's quickly get that in. Sort of sneak one in there. Pretend that it was just like there all along. Wonder instead of like right clicking, maybe I can just use my tablet. Yeah, I should really use my tablet functions more often to just change the size instead of right clicking and save time that way. I'm always trying to look for ways to save more time on sculpting. And maybe I need a, here's the intensity by 15. Oh, sorry, I wasn't checking comments. It's not Insomniac. Hey, how's it going, man? What morning? What tablet do you have? I have a Intuos. I don't know which. What is it again? Model PTK 650. It's a few years old, but it's an Intuos Wacom tablet. It's held up quite well so far. Honestly, it's like been like 5 or 6 years now that I've been using the same tablet. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Just we're sharpening up the lines here and just really defining the details so it looks less blobby. Yeah, I'm just using a standard brush, no alpha, 15 intensity, and yeah, just going along the lines. Really just going with where the pen takes me, not really focusing too hard on what should and shouldn't be present in terms of detail. I heard there's like this woodworkers saying where uh, the wood kind of knows what shape it wants to be. So that's kind of what I'm following here. And I guess in a way it sort of does. Like the model, I dynameshed it first and then I zero meshed it. And zero mesh um, will make a mesh that conforms to the dynamesh that's optimized for that shape. So it will always kind of retain the memory of that dynameshed geometry. So I guess in a way, the mesh really does know what shape it wants to be, like in a literal sense. Wacom is nice as hell. Cool. Uh, Not confusing, but like I hardly know anything about tablets. I just know that like Intuos uh, was good at the time that I bought it. But yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, ZBrush is expensive. Not gonna lie there. I started off with just I started off with well, I did like a few. I did like mess around in Blender for like a few days, but then I kind of gave up on 3D modeling for a while. That was a long time ago when I first picked up 3D modeling. But yeah, Blender is nice and free, so keep hearing good things about it as well. Crabs will usually have like these dots going down their claws. If you really look carefully at them, I don't know if they're like right here, but I think there might be some here. I'm not sure what they're called. I bet you know what I bet these claws are used for like sensing underwater. You know, I mean sharks have like dots on their nose, so I assume these dots on crabs function in the same way. They kind of sense if something is moving in front of them. Right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up and that's just how like their shells are, but get the impression that they're used for something. Hey, it's a crab, I was right. Yeah. I'm just calling it crab because crab is nice and short. Like, you're working on a project for this long, you don't really want to say like mutant lobster of death for like the 9 billionth time in a row. I'm just gonna call it crab. Hmm. Maybe I shouldn't have added that. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Like build it up a bit around here. Maybe I should switch to clay. I think I'll switch to clay build up and smooth out a bit of the details. Just so it's not too noisy. Crab ragoon. What's crab ragoon? Is that like some sort of dish? Like crab cakes? And I haven't had good crab cakes in, what, 10 years? 15 years? Grew up in a small seaside town in California. And there's this restaurant. You had to kind of drive off into the woods to this restaurant. It was like really nice. They had awesome crab cakes there. Like a super small town of like 2,000 people, less than 2,000. Kind of want a bigger brush size for this. Details around the joints are usually quite chunky and not super sharp or fine. I might actually want to Dynamesh this again and zero mesh it. I don't know. Maybe just zero mesh it again. Because I'm kind of pulling out shapes that are a bit extreme for the mesh. I might do that. I use some clay buildup for this. Whoa, okay. Using all the weird colors. With very low Z intensity. Let's pull a few of these flutes. And then, yeah, I guess I can use trim dynamic on low intensity for this. That, that low enough intensity? I don't know. It is. If I have a metallic shader, I can probably see this better actually. Let's go switch to metal. I can really see if there's any detail that I'm messing up. I want a big brush here actually. This part is a bit troublesome. Let's use standard brush for this. Crab ragoon is an Asian dish. It's really good, even though I hate crab. No. I've had Thai papaya salad before in Chiang Mai. They throw in like a whole salted crab for you. Pretty awesome. I miss Thailand. I should go visit again. Really nice people, really generous. They give you massive portions. Okay, that looks better now. I'll need something though. Maybe if I turn down the Z intensity and just worked in another flute in here between these two. I think that'll look decent. Alright. Yeah, that looks good. Let's go back to basic material 2. That looks good in this matte cap as well. Let's go back to metallic so we can really see finer details, and let's just go finish up the the rest of the tip here, and then we'll go to the rest of the leg and finish this leg up. No comments. I'll have higher Z intensity and smaller brush diameter. Roommate just got a guitar, so I showed him her on guitar. Oh, cool. Hey man, no need to apologize. Like, if you guys gotta go, you guys can like go. Yeah. Just doing some sculpting here. Don't really have too much to talk about, really. Occasionally, I'll find something that I can give some insight on in case any other 3D modelers are following this. Other than that, much. What I can do is increase standard brush diameter, and then, whoa, sometimes the brush does like that. Put that in. And here as well. Put all that in. So it gives it a more dynamic shape. Same here. This part in and this part here. It has a prominent bump. I don't really want that there. And where else? Right here. This one is a bit wonky as well. I've always been like looking at this area. I'm like, oh god, I don't know if I like this part. Let's actually make like a kind of like a crease here. The kind of crease you'd find on like a pair of couters, or and couters are like the elbow defenses of plate armor. So you'll see a crease there, and wrap this around. Make this spike more pointy. Oh, we have span. Wow. Okay. How do you ban? Ban. Goodbye. Uh, yeah, I got it. I just right-clicked his name and clicked on ban. Hey Spurg, welcome to the stream. You just missed my my first banning, or maybe you saw it. I don't know. I had to go ban a bot. Kind of anticlimactic, I know. I wonder if I should get like a auto mod bot or something. I don't know. Should go look into that. Well, I mean, if we get more like spam messages or whatever, which we probably will. These spikes go. Guess we'll some bumps here. Need a bigger brush. That. This spike sharper. So yeah, Spurg, we're just finishing up the details for our Z-remeshed legs, like making all the spikes sharper and just sharpening up the detail, making it look more realistic and more spooky. You know nothing about crabs, Jon Snow. North of the wall, crabs are a very dangerous threat. Gang, kind of getting bored of the steel texture. Let's go use gold. Oh, whoa. Yeah, there we go. That's more interesting. It's going to be a very expensive crab. Looking good. Falls a lot more into the boss or giant enemy category now. Yeah. It's pretty big to begin with, but these details do kind of give it a larger sense of scale. Alright, this gold is a bit much. Let's use green metallic. Whoa, this is interesting. Did I download this or is this like a ZBrush preset? Can't remember. I think I downloaded a few. This is actually kind of a nice matte cap for observing finer details. I might actually use this matte cap more often. Details, details, details. Are we done yet? I want to move on to the other 20 billion legs that have to do the same thing too. Just copy and paste like crabs do? Yeah, maybe actually. I might do that and just make a few adjustments along the smaller legs. Or not, I don't know. Depends on what looks best, really. There's a few flutes that I started here. Go drag those out. Drag them out to the gallows. I don't know if I'm 100% on these flutes. They kind of look cheap. I need to pump those up a bit. They don't just look like lines sitting on the mesh. Is that really that good? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's not put them there. I do like the whoa. Far back, isn't it? I do like the idea of flutes, but maybe not there. At least not prominent ones. Maybe I was a bit too heavy-handed with the standard brush. Let's go add some faint flutes here. Very faint flutes. That looks a bit better. I was way too heavy-handed with the standard brush on the flutes there. Make them look a little bit more organic too. You can tell I'm really concentrating here because I'm being super quiet. Very quiet. This line here is a bit too straight. Let's use the move brush and let's tweak that a bit. It's not straight. And let's go do some silhouette changes here. I feel like this part should be a bit more bulky. Bulk that out. That be here as well. There. There we go. This end piece needs some work. Let's do that. First, this has to be like the carapace, so let's extend this out a bit more. And then this is where the carapace ends. So extend that out as well. And then we'll use standard brush and draw out some of the details here. At dawn, we the crabs attack. Yes. Just imagine like Bannerlord, but instead of medieval soldiers, you have army, like an army of crabs. That's how it's gonna be. Just like a bunch of crabs yelling, constantly yelling. Okay, let's see. Where does that fit into the whole scope of things? Maybe we should move this that way. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, let's finish the last joint. Gonna make some carapace details here. And pardon my language, but holy crap. It's 1:40. We have like 30 minutes to go. I'd love to stream longer than 2 hours, but I did that once and I couldn't wake up the next day. If this was like a bigger channel, it'd be pretty interesting to do some marathon sculpting. Kind of like how gamers do like marathon gaming. We'll just like sculpt for 2 days straight. I mean, I could probably do it. I could probably pull off a 2-day sculpt, but I would be very, I'd be in a lot of pain afterwards. I'd be hallucinating a bit by the end as well. Insomniac says, "Do you see how I get my name now?" But isn't it awesome? Like once you finally hit the bed, like you just pass out. It's like the best feeling ever. Oh damn! Do you really have like insomnia? Sucks. I used to pull off like 20-hour days. Before I was working at Bare Metal, I just like sculpt 20-hour days, like for a week straight. It was like super unhealthy. I started getting like bloody noses and uh, like even pressure sores on my ass. Those are not fun. But yeah, anything to do for get a job, right? You just gotta really work your ass off, literally. Oh shit. Oh wait, Insomniac, you're idyllic on Discord? I didn't know that. Oh, you said it in the beginning of the stream. Wait, you actually did? Shit. Let me go scroll up a bit. Oh, you did say that. Wow. Sorry, I was too absorbed in making artwork. I didn't like read every single message. I probably should have. But yeah, keep at it. are you like working on this for like a like find a job or like what is this project for again? I think you mentioned something about like an indie game. You're working on like an indie game with some uh with like a team or something. Ah, portfolio work. Hey man, I'm almost 27. Like I can't even remember what I had for breakfast today. Okay. Like I'm for sure gonna get dementia like when I'm 60 or 50 even. Well, if it's for a portfolio, I hope you're posting it somewhere online because that's kind of how you get noticed. Like do you have like an art station or something? Uh, if not, you should make one. And then also like post your work in progress stuff to Polycount. I think that might be where Maddock found me, but I'm not sure. But yeah, just like always post your artwork like constantly to the internet every single day. Like you gotta be in everyone's news feeds, man. Just gotta like not even on not even just like ArtStation and Polycount, but like uh CG Central or ZBrush Central, and I kind of forget all of the uh, all of the artist networks because I haven't really been visiting them recently, but there's a lot of them out there. Just like spam their boards with your stuff, and hopefully you'll find a taker. You've never seen Polycount? Where have you been, man? Dude, you gotta go check out Polycount. That's like the OG game art forums. I mean, like artists who work at Blizzard and shit go there. Project Red, like all of the big AAA artists like lurk there. You've been to ArtStation. I mean, that's pretty good. ArtStation is like where everyone posts their art. But like Polycount too, you should go try to make some friends with some veterans there. I know of like a few very very senior artists there who've done like work on Path of Exile and stuff like that. What else? I don't know. They do a lot of stuff. They do everything, man. I'm like one of the small fishies compared to them. I'm like a tiny little goldfish swimming in a pond of sharks. That's how you'll feel once you go to Polycount. You know, I'm thinking the reason, the method of how like I got hired by Meta, like I was making artwork, you know, and I think people like were like reposting my stuff to art, not ArtStation, but Pinterest. And I know like Madoc uses Pinterest quite a bit for looking at cool like armor and stuff. So maybe Madoc like typed in medieval armor or something and found something I made there that someone else posted, and then like he was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool," and then he tried to find out who the artist was. I don't know. I don't know how Madoc came across me. I should really ask him one day and kind of curious. You don't use Pinterest? Neither do I. I honestly think it's kind of cancer. Uh, because like I've always used Google Images and like I don't know. Whenever you try to look at an image through Google Images, it ends up at Pinterest. I get so pissed off. I actually have like an add-on that you can just right-click on an image and click on View Image. Originally, like that would be a feature. That was a feature just like built into Google, but they removed that because you gotta get the ad revenue. It's really annoying. So people just made like an add-on for that. But yeah, that's how I view images that come from Pinterest now. I just right-click the image in Google Images and click on View Image. Berg says, "This whole conversation is making me feel unproductive right now." Do you do 3D art, Sprig? I can't remember. I'm a boomer with dementia. Can't remember jack shit. Oof. Use pure ref for your concept art. Cool. Was it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about any legal stuff. I live under a rock. I hardly know anything about like that. And if I live under a rock, then man, Insomniac is probably living like under a boulder because he doesn't really use polycount. Must be a massive, thick thigh boulder that Insomniac's living under. Sorry. I once drew 3 circles and made a vaguely human-looking figure. Other than that, nope. Hey, that's how snowmen are made. I know, I'm trying. That's good. That's good. Das muy bien. I don't know if that's correct Spanish. I haven't taken Spanish since high school. You'd love to work on a medieval type game. You should make like a medieval Japanese game. Fill it with like. Have you ever seen like that anime called I think it's like Fate Stay Night or something? And they have like an anime version of King Arthur, but it's like a girl King Arthur, and her name's like Saber or something. Like make like a anime medieval game. Sex sim. I was just being stupid. Don't listen to me. Alright, I think the front leg is done. I mean, I guess it's pretty good. I don't know, I could work on it more. I can always work on it more. I'm always like seeing like shit that I can improve on. It's really slowing me down because I'm never gonna get like the perfect model unless I spend several years on this thing, you know? So frustrating. Yeah, Spurg has the right idea. He's on the right track there. You should listen to Spurg. Just look at the Sakura games on Steam. uh, we were talking about the dev chat, dev meeting this Monday. We were talking about like this this game that costs like 200 USD, and it's like this really shitty 2D 2D game with like only one enemy type, and you have to literally shell out $200 for this game. I think it's like called like Fight something. What is it again? Super Fight. It's called Super Fight. Super Space Fight, not like Super Fight as one word. It's Super Fight 2 words, and it's USD 199.99. Like what the fuck? You can buy like 10 Exanimas. More than 10 Exanimas with that kind of money. And Exanima has more than one enemy, so I think you'd get a better deal by buying 10 Exanimas than that piece of crap. What's funny is that people actually bought it just to leave negative reviews and then refunded it. I've been like looking into kind of like older MMOs on Steam, wondering if there are like any that are like worth playing. I don't know, kind of like out of the MMO genre because they're just massive time sinks. I just don't really have that much time anymore. Like, like when I was back in high school, I just get out of school and just play World of Warcraft until bedtime. Really, I was literally like living in a basement playing World of Warcraft. It's listed as only. That's a different game. Uh, that's super fight as one word. You want to look for a super fight as 2 words. So super space fight. How to kill Steam Zico. Yeah, like I think Maddock brought up like this point where like Steam is supposed to review this stuff, but apparently they don't really do a very good job reviewing what games go on the market. I guess you just end up with games like Super Fight on Steam now. Which is kind of like a shame. I guess it's time to switch over to Epic Games, right, guys? We're gonna make the move to Epic Games Launcher. some of these acts like instantly no. I mean, why not? I mean, like you use Unreal Engine, right? That that's like in the Epic Games launcher. They're probably not like 100% evil. No one's 100% evil. Just give in to the dark side once in a while, you know? Gotta... like with Unreal Engine 4 comes power. With power comes strength, and with strength, your chains are broken. So if you just repeat that mantra in your head, you'll eventually see the truth of Epic Games and why they're such a good company. Elon Musk, what? Sorry, that was me like just cracking every single bone in my body. Hey, you know, well, with like a company so small, you kind of gotta cut corners to achieve the same level of quality that bare metal has achieved. You know, you kind of gotta sell your soul when you join the team and like use the talents and gifts that were given to you by the devil in exchange for your soul to work on this game. Nice stem cells on my soul. Take me level design. I think there is like a interesting talk about Half-Life 2's level design. I'm not sure. It's kind of like old, but they brought up some good points about uh, color values and how you should usually only have like two colors, two basic colors in a level, and then you can expand off of that if you want. But it's like something about color. There's a lot of tutorials on this subject. Something that Exanima needs is, well, actually, no, the Exanima already has this. I was gonna say something Exanima needs is like terrain differences in elevation, but we just added that in, so I can't criticize Exanima on that point. It used to be like all flat, like you guys probably know, but it's not like it's not Minecraft super flat biomes anymore. It's Minecraft Tundra. Minecraft with that Dungeons mod. That's what Exanima is now. Let's go use a different matte cap. I'm getting bored of this one. Even though it's pretty good. Let's see. What matte cap should I use? There's so many ones to choose from. Chrome! No, that one's too difficult on the eyes. How about like gradient? Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa! I'll use that one. How about skeleton? Oh, that one's pretty cool. I do like that one. Can't really see the details very well though. What about seafoam? Yeah, it's a bit too busy. I don't know. Pearl? Pearl's nice. What else do we have here? We don't really have a lot of matte caps. I used to have more on my ZBrush R7 version. But I switched laptops and upgraded to the newer version. Reflect maps. Let's go with I like this one. It's called Matte Cap White. We'll just use that. Exanime needs caves. But isn't like the entire game just one big cave? Right? Like the only thing that Exanima is missing is like bats. Cave bats. And then you can classify Exanima as just one big cave. I wonder if Maddock played Minecraft, would he just like build one big cave? Would he be like a cave delver? Or would he wouldn't be like the type of person who just like builds a giant castle and like builds like a small farm and stuff, right? I think he would either like be the adventuring type and just go into like a dark cave and then like try to fight and then he'd die or fall into lava and then like fuck this game, or he'd play with like redstone and then be like, man, why am I playing with redstone? It's like I should just play with programming instead. And then he'd quit the game. So yeah, I guess Maddock wouldn't really want to play Minecraft after all. Silly idea. Pretty good idea. These ideas. It's all the coffee. I'm on my third cup of coffee, and it's 2 a.m. in Malaysia, so that's where I get my ideas. Don't judge. At least it's not like cocaine or heroin or meth. I don't know. At least it's a legal drug. It's not like smoking powdered tiger penis or something. You can't program, you can't level design? Oh wait, you can level design, okay. Like, oh no. So much self-pity. Have you tried like walking around in your level with like a character? I think that's something that you can do that would improve your level as well. Like if you can use the base Unreal Engine comes with like the base third person or first person character movement controls. If you Oh, okay, you have. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Um, oh yeah, another thing, you can like compile. Have you tried like compiling your level into a game yet? You'll learn a lot about like doing all the packaging and stuff. It's a bit more like technical and kind of boring if you're not into programming and more into level design, but it's good stuff to know. Oh god, he's got like dust way up my nose. You know, like a tiny strand of dust like smacked me right in the brain. God, that sucked. Yeah, there's actually not like a lot of level designers and environment artists compared to character and creature artists. Like if you're really looking for like a job in video game development, you're in a pretty good. I'd say you're kind of like in a pretty good spot for like maybe finding a gig with like an indie studio or something. If you keep at it, you'll definitely find some opportunities. Like the competition is quite a bit lower for environment artists and level designers. At the end of the day, uh, you know, like programmers are just gonna automate all of our jobs anyway. So, well, F for respects, eh? Have you tried like IndieDB? I'll type it out. IndieDB. And then there's also Polycount looking for work. You should go check out those areas. You'll definitely find some indie indie studios there looking for someone like you. Like 100% guaranteed, you'll find someone there. I don't know if you'll get paid. More than likely, you won't get paid, but you might. Like, there is a real chance you'll find paying work there. Yeah, no problem. Like, knowing how to use Unreal Engine 4 is fairly in high demand, actually. Like, the more skills you can add to your tool belt, the more valuable you'll be. The more people will want to hire you. So knowing how to level design, but also level design in Unreal Engine is a huge plus there. I'm not sure where else to find work. I haven't looked for work since I joined. Joined up with bare metal, so I'm a bit behind the times. God, when is this claw going to be done? Just want to get on with the other legs. That's like screaming at me, I want more detail. Give me more detail. I have to acquiesce. Like, how can you say no to like such a beautiful claw such as this one? I bet Mr. Krabs would be jealous of this claw. He'd be like, hey, SpongeBob, if I had a claw like this, I could run the restaurant all by myself. I can flip 20 Krabby Patties just by looking at it with this claw. Everyone wants to make a battle royale game. I guess, like, that seems to be like the most popular game mode out. I don't even know why. I've never even played a battle royale. It just seems like, I mean, it seems about as fun as smacking your head on a rock repeatedly. I guess each their own, right? Like, my to-go PvP game is still Destiny 2. Like, at least they have really fun gunplay in that game. Even if it is the same thing over and over again, it's still very fun to shoot noobs in that game. The Destiny Moon trailer has wind on it? Oh shit, really? It does? I did not notice that. But you gotta keep in mind, like, uh, the Destiny 2 moon has, like, all sorts of weird things going on the moon. So maybe, like, some sort of alien intervention has done something with the atmosphere of the moon. Like, anything could have happened there. Like, Destiny 2 is like a fantasy game in a sci-fi clothing, you know? I wish they. I wish like BioWare was like how it used to be, and they'd come out with like a Knights of the Old Republic 3. Like that game is the best. I think I played that game like maybe like 5 or 6 times, maybe even like yeah, at least like no, maybe more than that. I probably replayed that game like I don't know, maybe close to 10 times when I was really like a wee lad. I would play Knights of the Old Republic. It's a fun game. There is that KOTOR MMO. I played that on release day, but I don't know why I stopped playing. Maybe it's because my brothers stopped playing, so I was like, ah, okay, this will do something else then. But it seemed like a pretty interesting game. I don't know. It's like hella old now, so I don't know if I can actually get back into it. So. Your buddy loves that game. I've been getting into Morrowind again recently. It's still a really fun game. Like, what I love about Morrowind is its spell customization. Like, it's the best spell customization that I've ever come across in any game. Like, period. I don't know why, like, other games don't jump on that thing and make their own uh, very cool spell customization. I know there's a game like called like Magica or Arcana out there that like you play as like a mage or something, but I don't know. It didn't seem as interesting as Morrowind magic customization to me. I'm kind of hoping that like Exanima Thaumaturgy would have like some sort of customization system similar to Morrowind. That would be insane. I'll have to bring that up with Maddox, see if he thinks it's a good idea. Like if there's anything we can do with like Morrowind's magic system and add it to Exanima. Yeah, yeah, I did say your scene looks like Morrowind. It does, like it totally does. Like Morrowind has uh like that really weird like composite material architecture, but it also has the old framed timber framed English architecture. Maybe it's like the fog. The fog in your scene is like reminiscent of the draw distance in Morrowind. That wasn't like supposed to be like a burn or anything, but it's nostalgic. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to dynamesh this again. I am kind of pulling the mesh its boundaries, but that's okay. Just means I'm fitting as much detail as I can in here, making it look as good as I can make it look. Let's move this ridge. These ridge lines aren't matching, so we're gonna have to mask off right here. Should it go down or should it go up? That is the question. Down or up? Down or up? How about up? Oh, here. It's a bit down. Down too much. So let's mask that. Move this up. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have to dynamesh this again. Just gently tease that up so you don't get that really weird warped geometry. We don't want warped geometry. Okay. I guess that's okay for our purposes. We're gonna dynamesh this again. For sure. Then redo the Z remesher. Shouldn't take very long. Hey Elmaco, welcome. These are the front legs of the crab creature. I'm just adding a ton of detail, and I'm gonna work my way from these claws all the way to the back claws. How many legs do I have left to do? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times, I don't know. Oh wait, I have to recount again. So that's 6. That's also 6. 12. Plus 8. 20. 24. I have like 25 limbs to go through. Real pain in the ass. I really should have chosen something with less limbs. Insomniac says, want to see the scene so far? How about you work on it some more? I don't know if like one day is enough to actually see like a ton of progress, like meaningful progress. Like one of the things that you'll learn if you when you become like a game developer is when to show artwork for critique. Like it's really cool to show other people your artwork, like constantly, but if you do that, they're gonna tell you things that you basically already know and have planned, and we're like, ah, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I thought of that and stuff like that. Instead, you should go and do all the things that you've planned, and then after you can't really think of anything else to add, then you should go show it to other people, because then they'll see things that you actually haven't thought about, and then they'll actually give you some really good advice there. Yeah, no problems. El Mako, you kind of came at the tail end of my stream. I'm probably gonna stop and man, I went like 30 minutes over. But I'm gonna stop once I'm done with this claw. It's like 2 hours of work with this claw. I'm gonna save it. I'll show you what it looked like before I went in today and did all the detail. So this is after all the detail. Super detailed, right? And then I'll just like go to the first undo history. If it doesn't crash ZBrush. Wow, this is doing well. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, okay, there. That's what it looks like before I started today. So it's like super blobby, right? I mean, you can still see all the basic shapes. Everything is still there, but yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say there, but yeah. But yeah. And there we go. Wow, that was it's a bit scary when you like go that far back in history. Like you don't know if ZBrush is gonna crash or not. Yeah, it's like the detail I added. Okay. Narrow Shark, that looks really cool. Thanks. I think ZBrush is trying to hint there's enough detail. What I can do actually is Control Shift D, and that deletes all the history. So that probably speeds up ZBrush quite a bit actually. I should probably do that more often. I don't need history anymore. Now that old version, it's gone forever. You guys are the last people to see it. So sad. Same with UE4. Yeah. I really like UE4, but these days it feels like bloatware almost. Like there's just so much stuff going on. Like I just don't like the idea of having to register and then log in just to work on your game. That almost feels like an invasion of privacy. I don't know. Like, what's to say they can't just steal your game idea and just like post it somewhere, you know? I mean, you guys know how ethical a company Unreal is. They're one of the leading examples of our outstanding industry these days. Every software is trying to get you log in now, even your keyboard. Yeah, man. Like even Nvidia has their like GeForce experience they have to log into just to download your freaking driver. Like, what the heck? So annoying. Like, I just want like my drivers. I don't want your stupid GeForce experience, bloatware, spyware, malware. I don't need that. time for a bit of noise. Bit of 3D noise, not like noise. I should probably add a spike here, actually. One right here. Yeah, let's go put a spike right there. Yeah. Let's do spot for a spike. And same here on the other side. Let's go use standard brush for that. Wait, standard brush has alpha on. And it's not configured. Use spikes here. Let's go use the move brush. This looks a bit too even for my liking. It's like a bit too uniform. I guess even wouldn't be really a choice word for this. Like it's too uniform. Let's mix things up a bit. Just throw in some curveballs. Yeah, there we go. Now it's less uniform and more not uniform. We might even thicken this part a bit. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe use inflate. Inflate brush set 3. Inflate that a tad. Alright. Massive improvements. Bigly improvements, guys. Bigly. Yeah, at this point, understanding telemetry is more or less required. Everything from your Roku to your toaster is sending data back. Yeah. Shaders. Alright guys, I think we're nearing the end of the stream. It was a bit more than 2 hours, but I think it was a bit more than 2 hours well spent. We got a ton done today. These legs are looking pretty good. I would definitely boil them, stick them, mash them, and stick them in a stew or whatever. And they match the claws, which I think I might actually have to continue working on these claws because they aren't. If I turn off poly paint on these claws, I think you'll see that they aren't as detailed as the lower claws. That's a problem that we'll have to fix later. But yeah, let's go try putting on colorize. Oh, that's weird. Is there like a duplicate in there? There is. What the heck? Is this the old version? Why is there a duplicate? What? What is this? There's a duplicate here. Did I like accidentally duplicate this? Well, this is like the old version. This is the newer version, right? Yeah. I don't know if I like this detail here. Just gonna move that in a bit. That's weird. I have like a duplicate. Anyway, I guess I'll get rid of that one. Don't need that. Delete that one. Weird. Maybe press like Control D or something. Anyway, I gotta go to sleep. It's late here in the tropical jungles of Malaysia. So I guess I'll do like a render of the legs and then I'll catch you guys later. Yes. That's what all the YouTubers are saying these days, right? Yes. Okay. See you guys.